Okay, some news that we're picking up from last week. We got sort of carried away with Steam Machine and all of the the kind of feedback we received to that. Red Dead Redemption 1, it's back. It was released for PlayStation 4. It got a PS5 update, but it is now actually getting a Switch 2 release. It is actually getting a proper, I don't know what they're going to be doing on that. They are actually going to be doing a PlayStation 5 version of Red Dead Redemption 1, even though there is a pretty good back-compat plus version already out there. And there's a whole association with mobile, with Netflix. Oliver, what do you make of all of this?
Well, I think it's interesting. On consoles, I think like you alluded to with PS5 in particular, the impact is a little bit questionable there and overall sort of mixed, because on PS5 right now and PS5 Pro, you can run the game at 4K 60 with FSR2, which is a very satisfactory experience. Or I think FXAA is also an option, but obviously FSR2 is the way to go there in terms of having a good temporally treated image there. They're talking here about image quality enhancements and HDR support specifically for the console versions, the higher end console versions, but who knows exactly what that means. Series S and X, I think it's more impactful because the bizarre thing about that old version is that it was not released for Xbox One. They just relied on the back compat version, which maybe wasn't such a big deal before, but obviously you don't get that nice 60 FPS, the FSR2, whatever. They could bring those improvements, and I'm sure maybe different upscalers, different kind of approaches potentially to those versions, get them in better shape. Switch 2, I think, is interesting here. They're specifically earmarking DLSS and 60 FPS, which is great. It's exactly what we want to see. 60 FPS is awesome. I'm sure that will be very satisfactory. And this is also, it's important to note that this is a free upgrade on all the consoles. So you get it for free as an upgrade. Even if you own the Switch 1 version, that gets the upgrade as well, which is quite nice. But maybe the most interesting aspect of this is that it's being ported to mobile, which is Android and iOS. And like you said, that's with the Netflix game subscription. Now, the way this worked with GTA in the past is the games were available for purchase separately or with Netflix, right? So you get that dual option there in terms of getting it. But of course, a lot of people have Netflix subscriptions, get it for free. But I don't think this game will stress out modern mobile hardware too much because it's a 360 PS3 game. You know, I don't think that's outside the capabilities of modern mobile hardware by any means. Obviously, controls are an issue. But yeah, I think overall, good move. I'm much more interested maybe in Red Dead Redemption 2 for current generation consoles. I'd love to see that.
Right, yeah.
But I think for now, this is probably going to be a very satisfactory port, at least judging from the pedigree of the Red Dead Redemption 1 port that already exists out there, which is to say it's quite a good port.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess it's interesting that we were all kind of expecting to see a current gen upgrade for Red Dead Redemption 2 in this time period. But instead we're getting Red Dead Redemption 1. Maybe it's just the whole timeline of releases with Rockstar has changed in the wake of the GTA 6 delay. Who knows? Yeah, because they've basically got like big gaps in the schedule now that can be addressed simply by bringing their old games back. Alex, thoughts? I mean, there's no real comments being made about PC because it's out, which kind of suggests there's no sort of further scalability that we could expect.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, there's probably scalability that could be added in regarding to even more crazy level of detail distances or something like that, which is probably the biggest upgrade to a PS5 version. Just LOD, you know, they're using that PS4 level LOD. It was higher on PC, if I recall. So that would be nice. I'm just curious about Switch 2. Would they use DLSS there? You know that they had it on PC, right? So it's pretty. They already have FSR, so they already have some sort of port interface there. So I would hope that would be a great addition to the Switch 2 version. I would be curious to see which version of DLSS they would use there of the two that we kind of know exist. But that's really about it. I like you both. I do wonder what's going on with Red Dead 2. It was just recently revealed to be one of the very highest selling games of all time. I mean, and they're already up there for GTA 5 as is. So why not give that a little bit of love?
Mm-hmm. And indeed GTA 4.
And in GTA 4, which they completely forgot existed. So.
Which could certainly use it based on your recent content there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we're just going to need to take a look at it and see what they've done to it. I'm very curious as to whether the PlayStation 5 version is any better at all compared to what they've already got out there for PlayStation 5. Is it even a native app? I guess it must be, because they're saying it. Well, they're not saying it is. I don't know. They're saying it's a new release. It's kind of got to have some sort of nativeness to it.
I mean, they did say image quality improvements in HDR, but that's the extent of it. So,
right, okay,
who knows?
Fair enough. Yeah, but it is good news for Xbox. Obviously, the advantage for PS5 over Series X was 60 frames per second, and of course the enhanced image quality delivered by native FSR2. So, for Xbox to get that, I think will be pretty great. Obviously, we'll be reviewing it. Okay. Let's move on.